listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode 363, Deep Purple on the Big Breakfast 1998. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where we're getting prepared for St. Paddy's Day, I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John, the Shamrock Menace Matola.
I'm going to say that's AI.
You're correct.
Yeah. See, the AI just doesn't have the...
This was stupid as hell.
Yeah, the AI doesn't have the snap, the pop to it, you know?
No. But I did wear my...
It's like, you're like, AI, give me a St. Patrick's Day nickname.
Yeah,
Shamrock Menace.
That's exactly what they said.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if you were on live TV and you had half a second to think of something, you'd probably say something dumb like that. Like I've probably said in the intro a million times when I don't know or have anything planned. But if you took like 30 seconds, you could come up with something way better.
Probably come up with something way better in that 2 seconds that you just mentioned, but
that's true. But
to make up for it, I have on my Guinness t-shirt.
Yes, I see that. Very nice.
Which, is
Jen was just yelling at me because I didn't have a Guinness in the fridge. She's like, "Can I use this beer?" And I'm like, "That beer's like 10 years old and it's like 15% alcohol." So she's mad because she's trying to make some soda bread, and I put on the corned beef and the vegetables before I ran down here.
Yeah, I heard you yelling at her before you put your headphones on. Like,
not yelling to her, maybe.
Well, you didn't sound like the happiest I've ever heard.
She was yelling at me because she's like, "What?" She's like, she's like, can I use this beer instead? And I'm like, "Not really." She's like, "Why?" Because you could try, but I don't know. It might be, I don't know. For all I know, it'd be a taste sensation. It seems like it'll be a little strong. It's a beer that's called like Mephistopheles, and it's got like this devil on it, and it's
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was like, Guinness is pretty mild. I think we've probably talked about this before, but I don't really care for Guinness. Sorry to all of our Irish listeners.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it before. It's whatever, I'm not really a beer drinker like you are.
St. Patrick's Day is like just enough time to give me a year to think, maybe I'll like it this year. And so far, for whatever 30 years I've been doing that, or however long it is, it hasn't worked yet.
Well, not for everybody.
Yeah, not for everybody. But folks, we are coming to you on the eve of St. Patrick's Day as we prepare for our holiday that we celebrate here in America. I don't think they celebrate it really anywhere else, at least not the way we do, or with the foods we do.
Yeah, we're going to drink green beer and get fucked up at 11 a.m.
They had the parades in the city yesterday, so they dye the river green.
Mm-hmm.
And they every year they're like, "No, don't worry, it's like a totally eco-friendly dye," and the river's like glowing neon green. I'm like, I think it's just one of those people always just repeat it without any sort of assurance, like, "Oh, no, it's eco-friendly, don't worry about it." I'm like, yeah, that's what they say, but do you really believe them? It just doesn't look like it would be.
Yeah, like, prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Just take a swig. Let me know how you feel.
I mean, just like everybody else in the universe, like I spout a bunch of bullshit all the time, and my greatest fear is when somebody's just like, "Oh yeah, who told you that? Where'd you read that? Prove it," And then I crumble, and I turn to dust and then I blow away in the wind.
Yeah, it's just this.
So-
I think they tell the people what they want to hear. Like people are like, "Yeah, you shouldn't
Yeah.
die." Oh no, don't worry, it's eco-friendly. Oh, okay. They're
I
like,
mean, honestly, it's just like if you tell most people what they want to hear, they'll shut up and go, "Oh, okay."
talk about AI. It's like the mayor was like in a press conference and got thrown that question 30 years ago. And like, no, it's totally eco-friendly. And they're like, oh, okay. Then the journalist is writing it in their notebooks, and then it's like, oh my god, they bought it. I mean, it's not like that. It's not like it's a really eco-friendly river anyway. It's the same one that Dave Matthews, dumped his tour bus toilet into. Remember that story?
Yes, I do.
They made a little plaque for it right where it happened.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
They celebrate the worst things in this country.
Yeah.
Hey, here's where he dumped his dump.
Dumped his tour bus.
But I mean, you could imagine though, right? It's just like somewhere in between. Let's say it was eco-friendly and then it wasn't. There's no like the FDA regulations or anything on like what you pour into the river. Is there?
I guess like the river's so dead anyway. It's not like there's any like wildlife in it. So I mean, the thing is it helping the river? I mean, I don't think so.
What if it was? Then we're wrong and we're talking out of our ass.
It's like the only thing keeping things under wraps is that thing getting dyed every year. And I mean, the solution for all of our climate woes would be to dye all the water on Earth that color, and then all of a sudden everything would nature would heal.
Oh, well,
but that's not going to happen.
Oh, well, regardless, I've had some people ask me, do you have any plans for St. Patrick's Day? And I'm like, no, I'm fucking Italian. I'm not have any plans for St. Patrick's Day.
Talk to me on St. Christopher's Day, okay?
Yeah. Talk to me on St. Joseph's Day. Zeppeli. Oh.
No, we make the corned beef and cabbage every year because we like it, and of course the Reubens. Tomorrow on actual St. Patrick's Day, we'll have Reubens. I like that more than even the corned beef and cabbage. But I don't think you like corned beef and cabbage, do you?
No, I was actually thinking of making a sleeper Irish dish, a shepherd's pie.
Ooh, shepherd's pie is. Jen made a very, very nice one the other day with some leftover short ribs we had, and it was phenomenal.
Oh, could you have her like kind of like FedEx me some so I don't have to.
I do have some frozen in the freezer. I don't know if it would hold, but it's very cold out today. But anyway, that's enough of the food podcast for you this week. You're going to have to sign up for our Patreon and get the exclusive full episodes of the food podcast. But we're going to have to go back into the Deep Purple podcast right now. Our show, believe it or not, is 100% listener supported. Our listeners want this. Well, I don't know if that's true, but they haven't stopped.
They may want this.
They haven't stopped paying us, so at least they don't absolutely hate it, and that's how we're supported. We have we're 100% ad free for the second week in a row. I got an ad free version of Pod of Thunder. Something about the time I'm downloading it, and like the ads just don't sync up or download. So then I get when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go to an ad," and then it immediately goes to the next section. It's like a nice little bonus, but we're ad free. We've never had an ad on our show, other than when we accidentally click like a YouTube video and you hear a second of that or something. But no ads on our show. We don't get paid by any ball powders or creams, any shave clubs, any blogging platforms, any of those,
Big casino,
or those Joe Rogan brain supplements or whatever.
No, we're
none
not
of
in the
that.
pocket of any of them.
None of that. So if you want to become a Patreon, you won't get ads either way, but if you become a patron, you do get some benefits. You can sign up on Patreon. You get access to our Discord channel, our ratings spreadsheet to check out our ratings and compare them to your own, invites for our live stream episodes, links to our submissions for all of our rankings episodes, so you can submit your rankings and join us on the live stream, and access to our Too Hot for YouTube forbidden episodes via Patreon. We haven't had one of those in a while, but I am guessing that this one is going to get banned. It's just one of those ones that's weird and niche enough that they're going to ban us for this one, even though the only thing it contains is videos that are easily found on YouTube. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But speaking of our patrons, coming in at our executive level at the in memoriam tier, the wonderful late Gerald, Jerry, Kelly, and family. At the $25 uncommon man tier, Mr. Ovis Nakvi. At the 20 is plenty tier, we have Alan. At the 10-pound good doctor tier, Dr. Mike Catan. At the turn it up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thiel, God Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhDPP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Backford. At the $10 someone came tier, Ryan M, Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans, and Peter from Illinois. And at the 8-pound lesser known patrons tier, Robert Smith. But not to be forgotten in that executive level, at the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Mr. Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
So this has this kind of mellow blues rock poppy type of thing going on, and I think it's really good. The end.
Fury's on fire tonight.
The end.
I was wondering where that was going to go.
And let's not forget our Hall of Famers, the Deep Purple Podcast Hall of Fame, featuring Mr.
Rich Youngwe, Shaylor,
Jorg Planer, and Norman Weichelbaum. Thank you so much to all of you for your support. We mentioned it a little bit earlier about if you are looking to join us on Patreon. This is likely, as you're hearing this, your last chance for getting them in. But our next album ranking episode will be Tell 'em, Cov. Stormbringer! That's right. Stormbringer is our next album that we're going to be ranking. Have you done your rankings yet?
Of course not.
Yeah, me either. But we got a lot of them in there. I did
about them, but
I did let our friend Purple Swede know, because I saw the rankings coming in, and then I just kind of glanced at his, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he ranked this backwards. Like you're giving 8 to the giving 8, thinking he was giving out the points rather than giving out the ranking, which we've had happen from time to time. So I let him know, and he's like, yep, 100%. So he changed them. So I caught those. It was just one of those things where I was like, there's just no way that's the least favorite and that's the favorite. But it would, if he would said, nope, that's right, it would have been very interesting for a discussion. Okay, so this episode is going to be a little different, and dare I say, John, a little shorter.
On the shorter side.
So on YouTube, you can find this. I believe the person who uploaded these videos to YouTube, let me just get this person's username so I can give them proper credit. Not like they produced the show or anything, but they uploaded them to
right.
Where is it? Oh, my mouse is doing something funny. Okay, they're uploaded by the account.
Step 1.
And there we go. Mr. Woodle 77. They were uploaded a couple years ago in 6 parts for this episode of the show that they were on. It's called The Big Breakfast. It was a show that ran on, was it the BBC? It must have been the BBC. Isn't everything the BBC? This show ran on Channel 4, BBC, from 1992 to 2002, and then it was revived briefly in 2021 to 2022. It was described as being a kind of like upbeat morning show. So like, think of Good Morning America, but like a little bit more kooky and of the time. It says the show was a mix of news, weather, interviews, audience phone-ins, and general features with a light tone, which was in competition for the maturer GMTV and BBC breakfast programs. And you definitely will be able to guess that it was 1998 as soon as you see the first second of it, just by particularly what the woman host is wearing or how she's dressed. I'm like, it's like Gwen Stefani vibes, it's like, So I figured, so Deep Purple got to be like basically, I don't know if they did like a whole show takeover. How long was it? Oh, it was a 2-hour show. So we don't have 2 hours of it, but this is like the Deep Purple segments from the show. So they were like hanging around on set, did a little interviews, played a couple songs. So I figure what we'll do is listen to the parts with Deep Purple where they're doing interviews. We can pause it whenever we want, kind of interject our own stuff. And when it's the songs, we can do our normal thing and just listen to the songs, the performances, watch along, and talk. So we'll do the first 3 segments, go to our patrons, and then close out with the last 3. Sound good?
All right.
So see, I don't know. I think this might be a shorter episode, John. I think I might be right this time.
Yeah. Well, I've never heard of this until today when you're like Deep Purple on the Big Breakfast. I'm like, all right, that's different.
Yeah.
So I actually looked it up and saw that it was a show and that the only way it was widely available was in segments. And I didn't know if maybe you got it that way or if you had an in and you were able to get the whole show and, you know.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I just got these segments that were on YouTube. So, and one of them, there were 5 of them for like a while because I had kind of bookmarked them a while ago. And then the same account uploaded a 6th part. Nice. I think more recently. I think that one was uploaded maybe a few months ago. But, you know, I'm sure some of our folks in the UK, particularly maybe some of the younger folks might remember the show. It definitely... it feels nostalgic for me, even though I'd never seen it before. It kind of reminds me of like the vibe of like Dinner in a Movie. If you ever saw that, you know, just kind of like, you remember that show?
Remind me, what was it?
It was like a Dinner in a Movie. It was like they would play a movie and then they would make dinner and then the movie would be playing and then they would cut back to the studio and they'd have like a special guest and they'd be like, we're making this. And they'd, you know, just kind of be goofballs. There was a really good episode with Dweezil Zappa that I remember watching. But so it's like, I don't remember any of the movies they played. I just remembered kind of the goofy antics they would be up to. In the little break. So like before commercial, they'd go back to the studio and give you like another minute of them goofing around and then maybe come back to you after the commercial and go back to the movie. So it was like a little buffer between the commercials. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with part 1 here and just give me a wave or whatever if you feel like I should stop if you get anything you want to talk about, because otherwise we'll just be talking over over them talking. So here it is. Here's the first part. Can you see the paused video?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I see the Gwen Stefani lady.
The Gwen Stefani look, yeah. So
it's the set dressings, like it definitely
very colorful.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Step 1, the total length of a man's hair if he'd started growing it at Deep Purple's live debut in Tastrup, Denmark on April the 20th, 1969 and never had it cut since.
Length of hair.
So how long would your hair be? Denise Van Houten, what do you think?
A lot of girls in Islington with very long hair.
A lot of girls in Islington with but it's not relevant to this, is it?
I think 3 meters.
3 meters.
Of hair.
Ian Gillan.
2 fathoms.
2 fathoms. A fathom is about what? It's about 8 foot, 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah, it's about 6.
Okay, so they're already in the studio there, just hanging out. So I would actually like to see the full episode. So Gillen, of course, has to go with something irreverent, like 2 fathoms. So fathom is 6 feet. I don't think I knew that.
Oh. Well, I think, first of all, he's wearing a great coat here. He looks like Admiral Gillen.
Yeah, we've seen this before in one of our concerts reviewed. Yeah, we call him Admiral Gillen or Commodore Gillen or whatever you want. It's got the little epaulets there and those little tassels hanging off the shoulders. This was a common look for him during like the Abandon tour era. So I don't know. Maybe we should put in our guess. How long do you think a hair would be? So this is 30 years from 1968 to 1998. How many fathoms?
How many?
12 feet seems long.
Yeah, but I mean, if you never cut, if
30 years is a lot.
But if you never cut your hair, isn't there a point where it stops growing or it grows like?
I think it probably slows down, right?
Yeah, it slows down. Yeah.
There's all those freaks in the Guinness Book of World Records with the long nails and the nails don't seem to stop. but
Yeah.
the hair is usually around like ankle length. So let's see what the rest of the band has to say.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's about in our terms. That's about 3 dolphins. So no, please express in dolphins, not fathoms. John, what do you reckon, John Lord?
I'd say about 8 feet.
8 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
John Lord
let's
says
go with the
8
carpet
feet.
monster. Carpet, what do you think?
I think probably about 2.5 fathoms.
He's not in Deep Purple.
No, they cut to this guy in the audience, and they call him the what monster? The carpet monster.
Oh,
I don't know what that
That's-
means.
kind of unusual.
I was expecting it to be like look like Chewbacca or something, but it's just some little nerdy guy.
Just a regular guy, yeah.
No offense. I was a nerdy guy in 1998 too. Still am. All right, let's see where they go from here.
You're using the fathom.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can accommodate
That's
all
because
that.
he's very close to the music scene.
He's close to the music scene, and he's just cemented that relationship with the use of fathom, standard rock and roll unit of measurement. Of course, we'll do that. In actual fact, you know what?
So what's the answer?
Fathoms. It's 15 foot 3 inches. He's having a go.
Oh, you know what? I was going to guess 15 feet.
Yeah, well, Gillen was pretty close, and as was the carpet monster was pretty close too on the other end.
Keep wanting to say the carpet muncher. Hey,
Well, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, so
15 feet, yeah.
not bad. I want to know more about the lore of the carpet monster. But all right, so we've heard from John and Ian. Let's see what the rest of the band have to say or do in this segment.
He said, didn't he? Yeah, 2.5. That's exactly right. Thank you very much, Trevor. Your fathoms to feet, ready reckoner, Trevor. Do you know, over this period of time, the hair would have produced 3 pints of grease.
Oh!
The number of cows.
How many chips could you make with that grease?
I don't know. I haven't got that stat there.
Oh, okay.
How many dolphins could you batter with that? The number.
So
she's pissed.
How many dolphins could you batter? I don't know if he meant like beat or like battered or fry. Oh, maybe that's why she's upset.
In grease, probably to fry.
Oh, but you don't fry. You don't batter something in oil. You fry it in oil.
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe she's upset because of, I think dolphin safe tuna was big at this time, right? It's like catch the big stupid tuna, but leave the dolphins alone.
Exactly.
Everyone was always bragging about that. Hell, we didn't hurt any dolphins. We hurt a shitload of tuna, though. But they're stupid. They're just dumb
You're
fish.
eating it right now.
But I would say the vibe, though. I like the vibe. It's kind of got a like an MTV sort of vibe when MTV did more fun things. A bunch of audience, like studio audience, you can hear them actively just standing around, and the band seems genuinely amused by this. Not like a typical like, oh, you have to do another interview about the new album with some dummy who's going to ask me about Smoke on the Water. It's like they seem to be genuinely amused by the goings on here.
Yeah, they seem to be horsing around and having fun. That's a good.
John Lord and Gillen at least are having a good time. We'll see if we hear from the others.
Have I said something wrong?
Yes.
I better carry on. The number of cows needed to clad the entire Deep Purple audience at the Californian Jam in 1976 in leather jackets.
Oh, wrong year.
Amount of cows. I just warn you, you get 45 square foot of hide out of a cow.
Well, how many meters of...
Trevor Bayliss, what do you reckon?
I should think, 15?
Okay.
We've got
Okay, so I think they got the year wrong. It's 1974, 1976, but 15 cows. It seems like it'll be a little more than that for whatever they say, between 250 to 1,000 to 400,000 people were there.
Yeah, that guy doesn't seem to know how many people were at that show.
Well, he looks old here, so let's see.
Yeah.
Trevor, the Big Breakfast. Trevor Bayliss. Oh, there's an RIP video from 10 years ago. So Trevor Bayliss. He passed away in 2018 at 80. Okay, so yes, seems like a amiable chap. but I think he's off on the cows. I'm not even going to do the math on this one. It's too hard. Let's see what the band says. They're not correcting them about the year. They're not nerds like we are. The Carpet Monster might correct them, but
yeah.
Let's hear what they say.
What do you reckon? Ian, over there, what do you reckon? About a herd and a half. About a herd and a half.
A herd and a half.
Oh, another.
That was Ian Pace.
This will be institutional. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, John? These are rock and roll measurements. These are rock and roll. Herds, fathoms, furlongs. What do you reckon? How many were at that gig?
Actually, I thought 250,000, but it's nearer 400,000, wasn't it?
Wow. 300,000 paid.
Nice. Okay, so I'll tell you now, okay, according to records, there are about 250,000 fans at the concert. The average cow supplies 45 square foot of hide. A jacket, standard leather jacket, needs about 38 square foot, you're looking at there. It's actually 211,111 cows. Just to keep
a lot off from 15.
Hang on.
Just Trevor was a little. He really didn't give them a lot of credit for how much draw they had. Even at that the show they just referenced, their first show in Denmark, they probably needed more than 15 cows. And I've seen the pictures, you know.
They asked Gil, how many people were at that show? He'd be like, I don't fucking know. I wasn't in the band at the.
Well, he did. He knew right away, and they're being great sports. They're you know. Yeah. And Ian Pace was like genuinely laughing, like smiling and laughing. Like you know, usually you see pictures of him, no matter who he's with, he's just like, you know, he's always got the straight face, no smile. So he's having a good time. The host seems to be running away. Let's see what's happening now.
Okay. We say. Okay. Stat 2. The amount of money Deep Purple were making per hour during the height of their success in the years 69 to 73. Den, what do you reckon? Yeah, you'll be interested in this as well.
Per second?
Yeah, the amount per hour.
Per hour, okay. About, oh God, 600 quid.
600 quid an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, more than that, much more than that. What do you reckon, John?
Is that in a 24-hour day?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't go as high as that. No. Our manager's somewhere around here. It's about 6 quid, wasn't it?
He was the guy in the solid gold rolls.
That was Bruce Payne in the audience there.
With the gold trousers on. Okay, solid diamond shoes. Do you know what? It's actually £7,211 an hour. Yeah, it was, yeah. It's nice
They're all
to tell you
looking
these
at their
things.
manager.
You never looked at the books, have you? That was 7 days a week.
Deep Purple famously not so great with their money, so they seemed genuinely shocked by that.
Yeah.
And I know Gillen has said in many interviews, you know, like they say we've made this amount of money, but I haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lord is like great at these sorts of like little impromptu things. He's very, very witty, very clever. I mean, they all are, but we haven't heard from Roger or Steve yet. So let's see what they say here. 24
hours a day. Each band member was making £242,289 a week. And it's estimated that over this 4-year period...
Gillen is just... They're all just dying laughing. It's a great freeze frame there if you're watching on YouTube, if it made it to YouTube. Clearly, they see a little bit of a discrepancy there. Yeah, because like 200... Well, how much do you say? Pounds? 200-something thousand pounds.
Yeah.
In let's see here. No, that's too many variables. I need to make for doing this show, I need to make a site that does not only the conversion between pounds and dollars, but also the inflation calculator. But I'm guessing that's because he said, would he say a week?
Maybe go back.
Let's go back a little bit.
Band member was making £242,289 a week.
Oh.
And it's estimated over this 4-year period.
Steve is like, hey, give me some of that. Yeah, I mean, god damn, that's a lot. I don't even know if the Beatles were making that in their heyday. Wow.
Christ.
Yeah, so anyway, here we go.
Laughing because they're wealthy. I'd laugh.
Did you get these statistics from my ex-wife?
Yeah. We got them off her lawyer. Over this 4-year period, the band generated a turnover over £200 million.
Wow.
The number of motorcycles made by Gillen's company, Mantis Motorcycles.
Ooh. Well,
Gillen's like, oh, I want to answer this one. Like, I mean, if anyone's going to know, it should be him. But again, not being the businessman. I like that John Lord said that they got those figures from his ex-wife. It's a nice, always a good dig at the ex-wife, right? You gotta, so this is interesting. This might be the most information anywhere on planet Earth about Ian Gillen's motorcycle company. So let's see what he has to say.
You're right, it's none.
no.
Zero.
We shout!
So he keeps, the host keeps running outside to a very small group of people who've gathered waiting for the band, and they keep saying "Let's rock." So I think there's like a little countdown on the side. So maybe that's until they go on and perform their first song. So hopefully the crowd gets a little bigger. Although I think from later, it looks very early in the morning, like it's still a little dark out, and it seems like it might be raining. So let's see what happens.
Okay, stat 3. The number of times Steve Morse, guitarist over there. All right, Steve.
Steve.
Hey.
Has been awarded Best Overall Guitarist by the readers of Guitar Player magazine.
Number of times.
Yeah. A guitar, that's the prestige one. This is the guitar player's guitar player, if you like.
Actually, know this one.
4.
Do you read Guitar Player magazine?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. You read it all the time, yeah?
All the time.
All the time. He's not backing down from that. Okay. All the time he reads it. Okay.
4 times.
4. It's actually 5 times. Do you know he's now been banned from the competition to give others a fair chance? He is so good. Is that right?
I'm a band member.
You're a band member. Okay.
No.
Sal, the combined ages of the current Deep Purple lineup. I'm not giving any individuals, but the combined. Have you got time? In fathom. Because they go deep. Fathom, of course, the measurement of depth. Do you know what it is? It is 258 years. That's 16 Billies or 25 Aaron Carters. Just to make that staggering. We shout! Okay, do you know what? That's the end of today's Vital.
Okay, so that's the that's the first segment.
All right.
Pretty fun. I want to watch this show. This show looks fun.
Yeah, that's the type of stuff that you used to see. You don't see anymore. It looks very casual, low budget, fun, colorful, like you said. You know, it's not a not a typical kind of interview or guest spot on like a quote unquote talk show. You know, it looks very like what did you call it before? Like niche. You know.
Yeah, and it's like they're having fun with the guests, you know, doing something fun and interactive with them instead of, like I said, you see these, you know, some of these actors that have to go around from show to show to show to show to promote their movie, and it just looks like miserable. Like nobody has any interesting or unique questions. It's just
or it's the same canned answers over and over again.
Yeah, they might as well just record them and send them in to whoever and make it look like they're interviewing them, like those, you know, those records that you could buy that just had the interview answers, and you play them on TV and be like, hey, I'm in the studio with Deep Purple and I want to ask you a question, and then you just play the answer. But yeah, it makes me nostalgic for a bygone time, even though I never really saw the show before. So be interesting to see, like, you know, like probably like Duncan Leask is probably of the age where maybe he would have watched this in a while. So we have to hear from him, and then some of our other viewers who maybe aren't in our exact generation, or maybe at the older edge of our generation, maybe would have watched it, but it might have been too, like, I don't know. It seems like this is designed for people in their late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that. So the next segment comes up, and I think this might be a song. Let's see what happens in this next segment. Part 2. Here they are. It looks like they're outside about to announce Deep Purple. So looks like we're getting a song.
Deep Purple, ladies and gentlemen.
He's playing the riff a little different with that little bend, that
Yeah.
It also looks like he has on his guitar one of those little license plates that you get at like a souvenir shop that says his name on it, like Steve. Oh, somebody's holding up In Rock.
If we listen close enough, maybe we can hear him scream Speed King.
I hope so. Let's listen. Listen along.
Crowd was not that big either. That must have been really cool. Imagine being a fan of Deep Purple and going to see, like, it looks like they're playing in a backyard.
Yeah, it must just be like behind the studio or whatever. And look at Pacey. He's wearing like a mobster type suit, like pinstripe, shoulder pads.
I thought he was wearing pajamas.
Yeah, it's very loose, very late 90s, right?
Yeah.
Looks like the suits they'd wear like the NBA draft, you know, like in the late 90s. They always like there's like have memes like that with this giant suits. Of course, they're NBA players, so I don't know where they get a suit that big.
Look at that. That's so cool. You'd be like, hey, who's playing at Tent 3 at the fairgrounds? Deep Purple.
Not a huge draw. And I know I've talked to Doug Macbeth about this performance. I don't know if he was there. Oh, there's the carpet man. He's
the carpet man.
The carpet bagger. What's his name? The carpet monster.
The carpet cleaner.
The carpet cleaner.
They call me Bissell.
I wonder if they had to keep this kind of quiet. Otherwise, it'd just get way too big a draw. Trying to figure out what kind of bass Roger's playing here. Oh, Ian busted out the congas.
Yeah.
When Stefani was doing it.
Maybe she's the carpet muncher.
It looked like it. She's got the what do you call it, like riot girl sort of look?
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
The too high pigtail sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like a few diehard fans were let in, but very few. There's probably 100 people there.
I think that's really cool.
So Deep Purple's under a tent, but everyone else is not, and it looks like if it hasn't started raining yet, it will. Ian Bugsy Pace over there.
Bugsy Pace.
Yeah, see?
Or they could call him Dick Pacey.
Oh, they're running credits. Is this really part 2 or is this the end?
Hey, now wait a minute. I just made a really good joke, and you didn't even.
Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the credits.
I called him Dick Pacey.
Dick. That is good.
Yeah, see? All right. Yeah. See, a little recognition here.
Oh boy. So yeah, I don't know if these clips are out of order, but that was the
yeah, maybe. I feel like that would be a closer. I thought that's interesting for their first song.
Yeah, although it's kind of, you know, they've got to give the fans what the fans want, right?
Yeah, but you don't give it to them right away, and then they don't stick around. They're like, all right, we heard it. Let's go.
all those 100 people, some of them just start walking off. Nothing
bye.
more to see here. The guy holding his In Rock, like original In Rock record, is like just throws it on the ground. He's like, "Well, see you later. I'm gonna beat the traffic."
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan. I just wanted to come here.
I just came here with my original In Rock LP.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, pretty.
Well, that was I mean,
good performance.
We've heard it like 100 times, maybe more. But I mean,
I would say more, more than that.
So I don't know why I went with that. We've heard it thousands of times, but a good version of it. I think that, especially if you go with like a live version of a song, the context matters. Because I mean, we're watching the energy of the crowd and seeing shots of the band and all that kind of stuff. And, if we're just hearing audio, it would be like, okay, it's just another version of Smoke on the Water. So when it comes to song like that, the context matters. And I thought that was enjoyable in the context of this show.
And it was a shortish version, a little under 5 minutes. So for the purposes of being on TV, they definitely shortened it a little bit. And we've probably heard that song 400 times on this podcast. Never mind all the other times we've heard it in our life. Yeah. We probably covered. That would be a good question. That would be a good question if we were on the Big Breakfast. How many different versions of Smoke on the Water have you covered? I'm like, oh my God, live, studio, covers, Butthole Surfers. Me playing it on the synth thing that's not here.
No, don't.
No. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it.
I see you looking for it. That's why I told you not.
Yeah, stop it.
Knock it off. Quit it.
Anyway, enjoyable performance. A lot of energy from the crowd. They're loving it. Deep Purple seemed to genuinely be having a lot of fun. Usually if they were doing something on TV like this, they would be playing somewhere that night. So I don't know if or they had played the previous night. Although that might be an early wake up if you played the night before.
Yeah.
But they seem pretty with it, pretty awake. Yeah. So all right, so let's hear let's go to the third portion of this show before we thank our patrons. And this one's part 3 here. And of course, the links to all of these and a playlist that contains all of them, courtesy of Mr. Woodle 77, will be on the show notes. So here we go. Here's the next section. It looks like is this short? This is only 30 seconds? Let's see. How come this is only 31 seconds? Oh, maybe they're playing out to commercial or something.
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
Okay, here's what's coming up in the last half hour today. Thank you, Deepak.
Yeah,
so there you go. Yeah. So they did like a little
neat.
Ted the Mechanic.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Like the way they kind of riffed on it a little bit.
Outro.
Yeah, you really, you really nailed that one. You knew exactly what they were doing.
And Ian Gillan was just scatting over it.
That was very cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's thank our next round of patrons as we gear up for the second half of the show. And the next round of patrons is, of course, our core level patrons. Coming to you at the $6.99 The Nice Price Plus tier, we have Spike the Rock Cat's Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, we have Steve Coldwell. Arthur Smith.
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
And Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, we have Kenny Wymore and Richie Sucksmith, as well as Sarah Jane.
Sarah.
At the 70 Norwegian kroner tier, we have Kai Rune Yes I'm Norwegian Olsen. So I always just instinctively do the rolled R for Kai Rune Olsen, but I don't know if that's like, I don't know if they do rolled R's in Norwegian or like.
It might be something to research there.
I know some, usually when I get a new patron that's got a name that I know I'm not going to nail, I ask them for like something phonetic or they'll send me themselves saying it. So I don't know where I got that from. Yeah. So Kai, I know I haven't offended you enough for you to cancel your patronage, but if I'm getting it wrong, tell me. Or if you like, if you've maybe now Kai is going out saying Kai Rune and his parents are like, what are you doing? Like that's not his family is like, that's not how we pronounce it. At the $5.99, the nice price, we have Adrian Hernandez.
Hernandez error.
Hey, who the hell are you?
And Scalloped Strat Matt. At the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, we have DJ Newt Morton Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, we have Merline Rota. And at the $4 Lucy 4 tier, we have Duncan Leask. At the $5 Moneylender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Alman, Alexei the Perfect Stranger Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Kath.
My Czechoslovakian is not so good.
Coyote Bongwater. John Maselli.
It was the end of Tony and the Dream Tones. I never got to hear the applause or bask in the glory or have my clothes torn off.
Sarah Sanders.
No, Kelly Clarkson!
Jellybean. Evan Robeson. The previously mentioned Purple Swede.
Hookah, shaka, hookah, hookah. Swede? Sweet, 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 sweet.
Ralphie Lee.
I hope to meet you again real soon. You have a good deep purpley day.
And Joe Dopefish Sigler. Thank you to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. All right. So here we are. I told you it's going to be a shorter one. It might be our shortest episode ever. No, it won't be. Okay. So ready for part 4?
Yeah.
Let's kick it. Let's see. Part 4 starts right here, and I think we're back in the studio with the band.
The one, the only Deep Purple. Okay, we've got Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, Ian Pace, John Lord, and Steve Morse with us this morning. Did I get you all present?
Fantastic.
When you walk on Wembley, when you walk on water, when you walk on stage at Wembley tonight, it'll be 30 years since Deep Purple as a band first began. I don't want to depress anyone. Why do you think your music, not to mention the band, has kind of stayed relevant for so long?
I don't think we've ever been fashionable. We just did what we did, you know. It was part of a great, amazing movement at the end of the 60s, and a lot of great bands were happening at that time, and I think we play live, and sometimes we coincide with public taste and we get a hit record, and sometimes we just play live. You know?
That's interesting, coinciding with public taste. Do you think that's sort of what rock and roll sort of suffers from sometimes?
What, suffers from coinciding with public taste?
Yeah,
definitely. Without any doubt about it, yeah. It's, I don't think it's a question of ambition or anything like that. It's just music, that's all.
Just waiting for the moment when it coincides.
Yeah, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And, you know, I mean, you know that.
I like that, I think they've got, like, really good banter. Like, he's not just, like, they're kind of buying what the other guy's selling. There's, like, a good rapport between him and the band, and I don't know if there was really any previous relationship there or anything, but it seems like or maybe he's just, if this was one of those daily shows and he's been doing it for like 6 years at this point every single morning, then he's probably used to just riffing and coming up with stuff. But
he doesn't look like he doesn't look like a Deep Purple fan, so they just probably have a good rapport.
So this looks like, they say they're playing Wembley, so it looks like they played, this must have been October 14th, 1998, Wembley Arena in London, and they played 15 tracks that night. I'll put the set list in the show notes, so if you can check it out, but a few tracks from the new album from Abandon, a few tracks from perpendicular, and then a few tracks that will not surprise anybody. But yeah, looks like a good set. But Wembley's it's a big venue. So it's good to see that they were doing. I don't know if it was like I'm sure all the people that were there are yelling at me, but I don't know if they were playing a festival or with other people or whatever it is. So, but it's a cold, drizzly October morning. It looks like, but Steve Morse is still just in a t-shirt. And our co-host here is wearing less than that. So, although outside she's wearing like a big coat. So, all right, here we go.
We all know that.
We all know that.
Listen to the Greatest Hits album. It strikes me that one of the reasons your music is so enduring is the seamless blend of styles. What do you think you all kind of bring to the band? I mean, we had John with the Hammond there. What sort of things do you think all the different members bring?
Classical and jazz. Big band, Buddy Rich. Big band and swing.
And wearing pyjamas.
And wearing pyjamas.
I called it.
John called it.
And Pacey's just like, yeah, I guess, yeah.
He's like, you got me. Oh, I see. They're all wearing name tags. Like, so that thing that was on Steve's guitar is like a name tag because John has one and Pacey has one, but Gillan and Glover don't. Oh, Glover's is like on his lap.
Rogers is on his lap, yeah.
Who knows where Ian put his? All right, so Pacey in his pajamas. Let's see where. So he looks like he's struggling with Glover. Let's see if he comes up with something.
Is that because you haven't actually been to bed yet? You're going on
rock
the show.
Hasn't slept for 30 years. It's like myself. Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Roger's our folk expert, Bob Dylan, Lonnie Donegan, etc. Where he's major influences in the early days. Steve brings in jazz,
award-winning
Southern
Steve.
rock. I mean, America, award-winning Steve.
So how did you all with so much sort of different influences and different backgrounds? How did you all kind of get together and decide that you actually could do something, have something in common, and have the Deep Purple?
The band was a unit already, and Roger and I joined at the same time. We were in a previous band, and so we joined as songwriters and singer and bass player. Common interest, really. But the band has got a broad base of interest, so if we wobble, we don't fall over too easily.
Okay, Steve really liked that. I think we wobble, but we don't fall over too. So it sounds like it's a reference to something that we're not getting, but the band certainly is. I love that Steve's like has his Steve just never doesn't have his guitar. He's got his guitar there. And Pacey's about to say some sort of quip. Let's see what he says.
Your latest album tour has lasted for over a year. So how has touring changed for you over the years? Is it much different from when you started?
You don't have to sit on a mic stand anymore, but it's pretty much the same. The journeys are the same. They're never reduced. But it's, I don't notice it. It's good fun.
Do you still have the wild times?
Oh, yeah.
You still find it fun touring?
Yeah, brilliant. It's amazing. Yeah, it's fabulous. I mean, I think it's...
Okay. He's of course speaking personally.
Yeah. is it still very important to you to be popular in Britain? I always think that sometimes our kind of rock legends seem to be more appreciated in America, even Germany, other places. So how important is it for you?
Well, the industry's a lot more fickle over here. It goes up and down, but I think there's no denying it's a great thrill when you come back to your own country. It's very important. I mean, we've got fabulous fans here. They always look after us, and this is no exception. I mean, the last tour we did 20 dates in Britain. This time we're only doing 4, but it's still a great thrill, you know.
Okay.
We're doing, you know.
But in America, there always seems to be like a constant, not craze on rock. I suppose craze on rock and roll. They're just constantly, they're mad for rock and roll there. I mean,
they love it, don't they?
Is it a joy playing there?
Rock and roll and cheeseburgers.
Rock and roll and cheeseburgers. It's a subtle mix.
It's a wonderful mix.
I think it's a truly international thing, isn't it, John?
Yeah, as Ian says, it goes through phases. At the moment, it's quite cool to be doing what we're doing in other parts of the world, and not particularly cool in this country.
So of course, where America just gets, cheeseburgers thrown at us because, we've earned it. But I love the name tag John's wearing. It looks like they're on a game show.
Yeah.
Like those are the name tags you'd wear in a game show for sure. So it looks like the host, if this is the host, it doesn't really look like her in this picture, but of course it's many years later. Denise Van Outen. She's our age. Well, she looks so young here. I guess we were young in 1998 too.
We were.
Oh wow, she was in Les Miserables. Imagine that.
Interesting.
So yeah, and then this other host, I'm sure our Johnny Vaughn is is he the main host? Yeah. He was the main presenter of Capital Breakfast alongside Lisa Snowden on the radio. So he's a long-time early morning guy. Uh-oh.
Okay. Well,
He's got a segment on Wikipedia called Early Adult Life and Imprisonment. That's never one that you want to have.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he looks like such a if I've got the right guy, I think that's got to be him. All right. So moving along with John, what's he have to say?
It seems to me, but we aim to change that.
Okay.
Who are your craziest fans that you've got? Because a lot of people complain
They're out
about
there, actually.
the ones that-
They really are.
No, do you find
They
that
rock.
over here? do
Roger's
they go
pointing
absolutely
outside.
mad?
You rock! Sorry about that, they just need that. Now, Steve, you only joined the band in 1994. How easy was it to begin writing and playing music with four guys who've obviously been playing together for so long?
Well, we didn't know if it was going to work. I didn't know if it was going to work. They didn't know if it was going to work. But by the end of the first day of just our rehearsal, we knew it was going to work. It was that easy. Musicians don't have to even speak. You can just start jamming, and you feel it or you don't, and
It's like with
we
us,
feel
isn't
it.
it?
It's like with us
You
now,
just
isn't it?
feel it,
We just
first
feel it.
day.
It's just, we just jam with words.
Yeah, that was great. The thing you did together. That was
The vital statistics.
it was very tight too. The improv thing. Yeah.
Yeah, flatter us and we'll accept that.
They're buttering up the hosts. It's like Steve and Ian are in a competition for her affections, I think.
Yeah, well, Steve has never been the most. He hasn't been the best with words. If you ever heard his stage banter, he's kind of awkward.
Yeah, he doesn't have the media training. That's why he's got his guitar with him. I think it's a comfort thing. He has the guitar there because he feels like, like if I can perform with a guitar, but.
Yeah, but you ever seen any like interviews like with bands and stuff, especially like even like 10, 15 years earlier than this, the guitar player always was holding his guitar, and like maybe even the drummer would be like twirling a stick or something like that. It's just one of those things.
John just rolled in his Hammond. His whole setup.
He's just leaning on it,
It's like the Leslie is just whirling around. It's like, what? I can't. What? I asked you, what was it like when you wrote "Smoke on the Water"? All right, let's hear.
Okay. What was
We've had
it?
tours this year from Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, and also the Rolling Stones. Is this a reflection on the state of the 90s music, do you think? The fact that everybody's coming back and doing these big gigs and everything?
I think it's the only thing they know, really. I mean, starting off, we played music.
What's John doing back there? He's like cleaning his jacket.
Because time goes on, So you still just play, and I think that's the only thing they really want to do.
But from your kind of era of music, the emphasis really was on it being a live event. That seems to have kind of gone away. They don't seem to like doing those live things. Everything the odd stadium one. Do you notice this? And also I noticed that a lot of people used to go in and out of each other's bands as well. I mean, you sort of met and you were in that band. We don't seem to get that anymore. The people just start in the band, couple of singles, they've vanished.
That's it. Well,
It's time, isn't it? After 30 years, there's going to be a few changes.
Most of the guys, all of us played for 7, 8, 9 years professionally before we joined Deep Purple, and the usual thing, going around Germany playing 5 shows a night, 8 on Saturdays and Sundays, and so when things go wrong, you've always got the music to fall back on. And I think if you see what happens now, particularly with the industry, it's so short-lived. And you used to look at Seattle or Manchester, and there's a shark attack, there's blood on the streets, and there's, everyone's signed up, and it's all over in 5 minutes, and people are saying, "What happened?"
So it must be getting hot in the studio because Gillen keeps like wiping his face off with a towel, and John has taken his jacket off. Looks like they're roasting in the studio, probably with all the studio lights and everything, because it doesn't look particularly warm outside. It does look like just a house that they're recording in. Like they're going outside and like out the just these French doors and yelling at the crowd. It looks like they're playing on somebody's back deck. Looks like they could be in my neighborhood. All right, so this segment's almost through, so let's finish it up.
It's very difficult. There's no kind of artist development. There's no real. It's very fickle.
So what bands do you think do have the potential to stick around then? Who
I think there's a lot. I think things are changing. I think things are changing a lot. I don't know exactly right at the moment, but whatever it is, it's going to be musically based. It has to be. It's the only thing that's enduring. There's nothing else that's sustainable.
Okay,
I told you.
Yeah, I know exactly what
Steps,
you
line
steps,
dancing.
yeah, right. Listen, thank you very much. Deep Purple, ladies and gentlemen. They will be rocking the house and loosening some brickwork a little bit later on. What are you playing for us later on?
Black Knight.
Black Knight.
Oh wow,
Right.
they're just sticking with the classics.
Yep, playing Black Knight. We'll see how this stacks up to the most recent versions of Black Knight that have that weird video along.
Yeah,
Which I can
the
I
stumbling
can no
drunk
longer
guy.
hear that song without visioning that.
I try to forget about it.
You try to forget about the most recent.
Yeah.
Black
Well, I mean,
Knight.
the music is good. The visuals are dumb.
Yeah, the guy just like stumbling around and
Yeah.
being it's again. I guess we've talked about that ad nauseum, but a little too on the nose. Just the drunk guy having a black night because he blacked out. All right, well let's hear. Let's see how the 1998 version of Black Knight sounds. Cue it up here. Here we go. Steve putting a little stank on the riff. Nope, Cardboard Monster. Oh, it's way windier now. Look at how much their hair is blown around. So everyone here in the audience would have been at the show that night. Oh, it'd be funny if they didn't go to the show at Wembley.
Like, we saw 2 songs in the backyard. We're good. Honestly, like a show of this size would be hard to beat.
Oh yeah,
very intimate.
I'm sure all the people here never saw Deep Purple in a smaller crowd than this. I'll get in a full John Lord solo here. John Lord's getting weird placement over on that side of the stage.
Yeah, you never usually see him tucked away over there.
So according to this, the show was filmed in an old cottage.
Oh, nice.
So it literally was a house. There was almost 2,500 episodes of this show.
Jesus.
So like it must have been daily. All right.
Awesome.
Very nice performance there in the backyard. Yeah, it's a cottage. Yeah, it's some, I don't know if it's like a famous house or something that they recorded the show in, but it's pretty cool. So those were the 5 parts that were uploaded originally. Now this last part, I just watched the first few seconds. I think what we're in for is an odd little skit. And from the beginning of it, looks like it's mostly just poking fun at Americans again. So let's. I think it's going to feature our two hosts doing not so good American accents, which is one of my favorite things when the BBC shows would try to have an American on, because they use a lot of terms that we don't use, and they don't do a great accent, but we don't do great English accents. So fair play. Let's see what this final thing is.
Yanks of a Memory is recorded before a live studio audience.
The service is terrible in here!
She's mugging for the camera.
I'm coming, cupcakes. Come on, here I am. Hi.
So they're fat Americans.
Hi, I'm Jeff Lardberger.
Hi, I'm Stacy Lardberger, and I'm hungry.
Hi, Stacy will be out.
Lardberger.
Now, where's that concierge?
Look at his fat ass.
Concierge, come on.
It's Gillen.
Okay, so Ian Gillan is the concierge. He's wearing a little top hat, and he didn't really have to change his bus boy. We were thinking of him as an admiral, but actually he looks like he could be a hotel attendant of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
great.
they're checking into a hotel. They are big fat Americans named Lardberger.
Lardbergers.
Ian Gillan is the concierge. So let's see where they take this.
Hey, listen, we're checking out this morning. We're going to that place where there's lots of pigeons and like a big column with like a sailor on the top with only one arm and it's like a big...
That'll be Nelson, sir.
Ah.
That'll be Trafalgar Square.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you know what?
And not only Americans fat, but they're stupid. So far, I have no notes for them, but
agreed.
Yeah, no notes.
Not much has changed.
Yeah, carry on.
Yanks for the memory.
They're trying to get into a bus. They're eating hamburgers on the bus. So they're actually doing like a little tour of England.
Yanks for the memory.
He's showing off his huge fat ass.
Stuck between your butt cheeks again, Jeff?
You pulling out first, Stace. I'm right up the crack. Right up the crack.
That's too much butt for one pair of jeans, I'm afraid.
What are you trying to say? Listen, we got all these postcards to send home, but there's certain details of people and places and things we've seen we can't remember.
Oh,
Can
we
you
just
help us?
can't
I'll do my best.
remember.
Okay, now we've only got about 2 minutes before our coach arrives. There's only going to be 60 seconds in which to guess.
Do you have a coach each, sir?
Yeah, we got a coach. But listen, if you can't get one, you just say...
Don't even go there!
Right? Okay. You say...
Don't even go there.
He says... Don't even go there!
I feel like the "Don't Even Go There" from Gillan should be one of our sound clips.
Yeah. Oh, he's having a good time.
Yeah, Gillan is truly a really good sport about it. It looks like he is genuinely having a really good time, amused by this whole scenario.
Well, I mean, you figure that they were asking all the guys, I'm like, who's going to do it? Roger?
Yeah, everyone just takes a step back.
Gillan's like,
sure, I'll do it. I'm already wearing the busboy suit, so why not?
Right. Okay. We got 3 calls on the line. Who are they, Stace?
Okay, right. Let's meet callers. Okay, on line one, we got Ian calling from Glasgow. Hello, Ian. How are you?
Hello.
Are you well this morning, Ian?
Yeah, I'm quite okay.
Fantastic. Isn't Glasgow the place where they fry everything like chocolate bars?
Sure is.
Fantastic. I want to go there.
Do you fry Mars bars again?
Well, is everything else yet?
Along
Great.
with everything else? Oh, we gotta get
Yeah,
there.
that's great. Okay, do you have any problems you'd like to share with me this morning? I'm a good listener as well as a good eater.
I'm too thin.
You've got toothache?
I'm too thin.
You're feeling too thin. Oh, right. Well,
That's
what
a
do we
serious problem
recommend?
you got there, buddy.
I think you need 20 cheeseburgers and 14 portions of chips.
A very American thing to say. 14 portions of chips. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff my favorite thing is when they like call somebody a ginger. That ginger over there is a real ginger. It's like nobody in America has ever used the term ginger.
Well, I do when we talk about people with red hair.
Do you?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very British thing.
I
It
don't
might have
know. I
spread
mean-
over here a little while. I know there was a guy I worked with that was like had red hair, and there was another guy that would be like, he called him Ginger or something. I just know that in Flight of the Conchords, their manager had red hair, and they they called him Ginger Balls.
Yeah, sometimes fire crotch.
Yeah, I've heard that more than I've heard ginger from Americans. So, all right. So they're really playing up the fact that she's very. I know that this very attractive thin woman is having a blast pretending to be a fat American. All right, let's see where they go.
18, do you have 18-liter bottles of cola? It's great for washing down a cheeseburger. Okay, let's make.
Okay,
what's your
Ian,
guess?
how many do you think the concierge is gonna get right this morning?
I think we'll get 5.
5 cheeseburgers.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank
who's
you.
on line 2?
We've got Alan calling from Tyne Weir. Hello, Alan.
So maybe I'm missing what's going on, but he's guessing 5 cheeseburgers, so I don't know what that means. But they've got a bunch of callers on the board, and there's like a maid in a French maid outfit writing them on the board as the callers call in. And Ian Gillan is just standing in the background behind the very small hotel desk, kind of giggling as this is going on. Yes, but this must be, when you mention anything about like to an American about like somebody's Canadian, they're like, "Oh, are you Canadian, eh?" It's kind of like that. And or if you mention anything about being British, I was like, "Oh, have a crumpet, old boy." Or like if they're Australian, they say, "Throw a shrimp on the board, boy," with like a terrible accent. So this is the British equivalent of that, their view on Americans. So we're not immune to having weird stereotypes. I wouldn't call them offensive because so far
I'm not offended.
No, I am not, far from offended. All right, let's see where they're going to go with these callers and why they are guessing the number of cheeseburgers.
Hi, Stacey.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Oh, come and give us a hug, Alan.
Oh, dear me.
Okay, Alan, how many postcards do you think the concierge is gonna get right?
I think he's a bit cleverer. He's going to get 6 today.
6 cheeseburgers! Hey, now we're talking rock and roll.
Anything you'd like to share with us, Alan? Anything you want to share with the group while we're here?
They fry Mars bars here as well, Jeff.
Okay. I'm not
Okay,
sure what
right.
he's saying. It sounded smutty. Okay.
Right, let's go to line 3 where we got Steve calling from Brighton. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Jeff and Stacey.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Have you eaten already?
I've eaten already. I've had donuts and coffee.
You've had what?
Donuts and coffee.
Okay, so they're calling them by their made-up American names of Jeff and Stacy. I think that's what they think is the most. Although Stacy for our generation was, I knew a lot of Stacys.
Yeah.
I know a fair number of Jeffs, but the guy, the people on the phone are really playing into it by donuts and coffee. So instead of tea and crumpets, old boy, they're having donuts and coffee. Let's see where our chubby compatriots go from here.
I gotcha. I can't get.
She's fallen over.
Okay, come on, Stace. You can do this, Stace. Come on, we've done that before. Okay, she's up.
Gillen is doubled over in laughter. He's on the he's leaning on the desk. He is loving it. He's loving every second of this right here. This is right up his alley.
She's okay.
Right.
How many is he going to get?
How many do you think the concierge got to get right?
I'm going to go for 5. No, 4. 5's gone already, hasn't
4.
it?
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Steve. Let's
crack
get
on.
ready.
60 seconds on the clock. Stacey, you go first. I'll go second. Mr. Concierge, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so he whoa. My dog just lost her mind. So he is got to guess. I think what they said earlier, like they're gonna bring up like different landmarks and stuff in England, and Ian Gillan's gonna have to guess which ones are which. So let's see how Gillan does.
Okay, let's rock.
Okay, yes, this is a place in London. It's on a corner. People go there to speak. You get all these kind of weirdos. They just make speeches all day.
Speakers Corner, right. It's part of Scotland, hangs down. Paul McCartney wrote a song about it with Wings. It was a big #1.
Malakinta.
Yeah, right. That's going right in the postbox.
Okay, this is a place. It's based in Baker Street in London. There's a lot of celebrities in there, but they're not real. They're all made of wax. We went there. That's absolutely
right. Okay, they had the song Firestarter, spiky hair. These guys are mad. They're gnarly. They're way crazy. Got a guy called Keith. He's got a tongue stud.
There's a guy
nose
called
rings.
Liam.
I am the Firestarter. Twisted Firestarter.
Prodigy.
No, don't even go there. Okay, don't even go there.
Okay, this is a place that's in North London. It's quite famous. It's got a zebra crossing going across it. That's right.
That's right. Okay, he's a politician with a cheesy grin. He seems real sincere. He's the Prime Minister of England. He's Blair. Yeah, I will let you have that one. That's going right.
Okay. Let's count the.
Okay.
Let's
count the cards. Okay. Here we go.
Count the postcards.
Let's count the postcards.
Oh, right.
Well,
I'm
get
sorry.
in there, Mr. Concierge. See how many we can send to the folks back.
And will you hurry up because I'm hungry?
Right. She's real hungry. Okay. Is that the coach?
All right, so Gillan did not get the. I don't know why they threw something in there about Prodigy.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's Prodigy, right? That's the band with the guy that's got the tongue ring and the. I am a fire starter. I am a fire. Isn't that like the song?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know much about them other than that.
No, me neither. And that people have done covers of it.
But he was able to guess the current Prime Minister of Britain, Tony Blair. So good for him. All right. So this is just wrapping up. Just a few seconds left. We'll play it out and see what Gillan gets as a prize for, or who gets the prize for how well Gillan did in this weird lightning round quiz.
Yeah, sure is. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The winner is Ian from Glasgow. He's going to the MTV Awards in Milan. Listen, Mr. Concierge, thank you very much for all your help. Here's a patronizingly large tip. You're funny English money, right, Stacey?
That's right.
Jeff and Stacey Lardberger appeared courtesy of Hank Chuckle Burger and Fries. Buy 1, get 10 free.
Americans love their burgers. I mean, they're not right.
Yeah. I love that because the American accents were so bad, and occasionally they lapsed back into their British accents, like briefly.
For good chunks, yeah.
It was.
I love when there's like bad accents like that. Like I think hers was a lot better than his was, but there's definitely been times where I've listened to something or seen it like multiple times before I realized they were even trying to do an accent. I was like, oh, they're not just doing a regular British accent. I thought they were, and I'm sure that's probably how we sound. It's so hard to imagine what you sound like, but like if I tried to do a British accent, I don't know that our listeners would even notice. So that's good. They don't know that but yes, totally over the top. Playing up American stereotypes, talking about what is it, like chuckle burgers or something? Buy 1, get 10 free. Big fat, stupid lard asses who have no decorum, over tip. And there was a very quick bit where they were on that tour bus and they were eating pizzas and cheeseburgers, and then they cut to her. She had one of those chocolate bars like you get at Trader Joe's that's like like a foot tall and like 8 inches wide, and she was just eating it like it was a regular Hershey bar. So I would watch the show if it was on now. Although I don't know, could you even have a show like this now?
No.
It just doesn't.
No, because everything's too like. I mean, I was watching like something on something streaming, and on one of the commercials they kept promoting like some new game show, and I was like, at one point I'm just like, do people even still watch game shows? It's like it seems so like homogenized and like bland and like just not like. Who's gonna watch this? Like it looks so uninteresting, like it just slapped together, no personality. Like this had a ton of personality. Like if you told me like, oh yeah, like there was how many 20 something hundred episodes?
Yeah, 25, almost 2,500. Yeah.
Yeah, like if we went through and they were just like, oh yeah, like say like other bands were on this, I'd watch. You know, if you were, and I mean because I like the unconventional way they kind of did the interview, and the guy like ran out to the backyard. He's like, rock and roll, and people were just screaming. And the other thing that I like too is that if you notice is like they didn't really spend a ton of time on like promote the new album and this and that. They talked a lot about their history, but they didn't mention Richie once.
Yeah, right. Because they don't.
Right, which I mean, I thought was great. Whether they went in and they're just like, look, you're not talking about Blackmore. Or maybe for whatever reason, they just focused on having a good time and not trying to like ask serious questions, I guess. Or like, oh, what happened there and type of thing. It was just current at the time, Deep Purple, just having fun and being interviewed and just chatting with these hosts. And I liked, the format and yeah, it's really a different clip. I never even heard of it until today. So not even one of those things that I've heard of and never got a chance to see. So I thought it was really cool and interesting.
Yeah, I'd only seen little bits of them because I'd bookmarked them when I first came across them and whenever they got posted, because I've got these alerts on YouTube. But that's the first time actually listening through or watching the entire thing, and it was a lot of fun. I don't speak from any kind of experience, but I'd imagine doing a show like this daily, 2-hour show, that you're just moving at such a pace that you're probably running on pure adrenaline. The writers have to come up with things. I mean, it's got to be so difficult, but the hosts were great. And I mean, they were really engaging, really great off the cuff. They immediately like latched into like having these little like running gags with the band, even though they were barely started, like, using weird measurements for things because that's what you do in rock and roll. Ha ha ha. And but that's hard to do and hard to come up with like, these writers are already probably 3 shows ahead being like, okay, on this day we're doing this and this is going to be the running gag and these are the dumb skits that we came up with. A lot of it's going to be kind of unrehearsed and just fly by the seat of your pants, and I don't know, it just looks like a lot of people having a lot of fun and making the band feel at home, and they didn't really have to do much. They just had to come in there and be themselves. And
well, it didn't. The whole thing too didn't look super scripted either, because even when they did that kind of skit at the end, I mean, you could tell that there wasn't a ton of preparation for it. I mean, Gillan probably had no preparation. They're just here, put on this hat and just like go with it.
Yeah, when we say we're here, rise up from behind the desk, and don't worry about it. We'll guide you. Just be yourself, and and it was a lot of fun. And he just looked like he was just, like I said, genuinely amused by these kind of dumb skits. But it's the kind of dumb that they know it's dumb. They know that they're not like breaking major ground on anything. They're just like, we're just gonna have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. They're not trying to be like SNL or something. They're just trying to have a good time. And
honestly,
that's what I appreciated about it, because it makes for an easy watch. You just see them like goof around and just basically looks like they were making shit up, and you're just like, all right, this is fun. It's entertaining.
But as far as the people that were listening or watching, I should say, this show at the time too, if this was part of your daily routine watching the show, you either A, knew who Deep Purple were and were like kind of reminded of them, or you didn't, but you were like, oh, those guys were cool. They were, they rolled with it. They weren't too uptight. I remember, and I'm not saying this as like kind of a counter to this, but I remember when the Spice Girls were on the Daily Show, like in the 90s, and what's her name? David Beckham's wife, Posh Spice. What's her name? Her real name. But she was like super rude and like really and like she was there with Baby Spice. It was just the two of them, and Baby Spice was really nice and like just trying to like, but whatever her name, Victoria Beckham, is that her name?
I don't know.
Whatever her name, Posh Spice. But I just remember being so turned off by how she acted. Like she was, because Jon Stewart was just saying like some whatever funny, just being goofy like this. And she was like, I don't get it. Is this supposed to be funny? Like, this is really stupid. And like just being so rude and like uppity. And I was just like, oh, and you could tell like Baby Spice was like trying to, bridge the gap and be like, let's be less like that. Like you could tell she wasn't really into it, but I just remember thinking, man, like even if this isn't your thing, like you're coming off really crappy right now. This is not good for your brand. And with Deep Purple, they were just like, no, they're having fun with it. So I could see if people didn't know them saying, oh, and then they probably played Smoke on the Water. Like, oh, that's who these guys are. Yeah. Oh, I really liked them. They were cool. Like coming away with like a really positive view of them versus like the view I got of the Spice Girls. Although I already knew the Spice Girls because everybody did. And then they went on that and I was like, oh, so she's a really horrible person. The other ones might be okay, but she's pretty nasty. But anyway, let's thank our last round of patrons before we pack up for the week. And by last, I do not mean least, of course. And that is our foundation level patrons. Coming in at the £3.50 tier, we have on the Deep Purple New York tier, that is, we have Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore Tights.
At the €2.50 tier, Too Many Tears tier, we have Soldier of Fortune.
Too many tears.
Ooh, I was very, very deep on that one. At the $3.33 halfway to evil tier, Mr. Stephen Sharp. And at the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, Peter Gardot. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonson. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette, Ashley, Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler,
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, and Lisa's Christ Superstar. At the 19.31 kroner cold hard Danish kroner tier, we have Karsten Lau.
Cold hard Danish kroner.
And at the $1 made up name tier, we have the big Death Fist. Is that a thing? The big Death Fist? Death Fest.
Why not?
The big Death Fest, Leaky Mausoleum, Stephen Somerville, the Concerto 1999 fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Zwapper the Electric Alchemist, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Derple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnet's Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco pants and haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
And sick tone.
Where is she? Where is she? Just about to close up the library.
Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. So a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a shorter episode, but I do have something. So I bookmarked this a while ago, and I am going to pull it up because it goes with our theme of fat ass Americans and hamburgers. Just to round out the episode. So there is a place in Chicago called Portillo's, and we do it does Chicago style hot dog. So a Chicago style hot dog is, let's see if I get it all right. It's a hot dog, a poppy seed bun. Did you have one when you came to visit?
I did with you, and then when Scott and I were driving in, we stopped there for lunch.
Oh, excellent. So you know the place.
I had them, yeah.
So it's a hot dog, a poppy seed bun, mustard, neon green relish, and I really mean neon green. It's like really, really bright relish. Onions, celery salt, little sport peppers, which are these tiny, tiny little peppers that are spicy. A whole like cucumber spear, and like halved slices of tomato. So there's a lot going on. Very messy, very hard to eat, very delicious. So I can't remember why I was looking for this, but I sent myself this email a few months back, and I said, this would be kind of funny for the show. And it says Portillo's. It's from Google Maps. Portillo's, and then in parentheses, not a restaurant. But it's clearly, the picture on it is of the Portillo's restaurant with a cake. It's got a hugely bad rating, and some of these reviews were just great. So I think it might be like maybe the address for their support center or something, but people are just spamming this thing with horrible reviews. So I thought I'd select a few and just read them to you. Tonight I went to Portillo's at 5:32 p.m. That's very specific. I purchased an Italian beef dipped. So that's a like a shredded beef giardiniera, which is like chopped up peppers and vegetables pickled. And you can usually get with spicier or sweet peppers. I received my food with lots of hair in it. I was fairly disgusted and disappointed. I was craving for that Italian beef, but could not eat it due to all the hair.
Lots of hair?
Lots of hair, yeah. Team members need to have hairnets on, not hats. It was so much hair that it looked like it was put there purposefully.
I don't know. I call bullshit.
I know a lot of this sounds like that. Oh, this is a good one. From 8 months ago. I am missing PTO on my paychecks. This is somebody that works there. The lady on the phone said I don't have a high enough PTO balance, which is a straight up lie. I explained on Legion there are two different balances that accumulate. Paid leave and the other is PTO. God, this sounds like a HR training. Paid leave has 5 hours and PTO currently has 0. I probably used the PTO once because I remember there being balances in both of those. Now my balance has been drained. I'm missing my pay and everyone is refusing to report the approved PTO to daily pay. Do I have to report to IDOL, which is the Illinois Department of Labor, or is anyone willing to get their act together instead? So here is an employee threatening
Idiot.
Making threats.
Who does that?
And giving them a 1-star review to get their PTO. Well, I guess if they've exhausted all other options, that's the only thing they can do is try to blackmail them. Go public.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh, I love the ones that start like this. This is only 2 stars, though. I do not usually write reviews for anything, but enough is enough. I placed an order at the Chicago Taylor Street location in the drive-thru. A very simple order. Paid for it only to see that only 50% of the order was completed correctly. I had items that I paid for but didn't receive. The lines were horrendously long and uber slow. I understand that Portillo's plans to open 10 times as many restaurants. How? That would require you to hire individuals who can listen, get orders correct, and read it back to customers. Best wishes with finding individuals who care about giving great customer service. So.
True enough.
Yep. This one, if you 1 star, if you order through the Portillo's app, your request for no contact delivery will be completely ignored and you will be required to sign for your order. Management at my local Portillo's lied to me, all capital, about this repeatedly. It is hysterical that Portillo's considers themselves a restaurant that cares about their customers. And then 3 laughing emojis. And then it actually, this one broke it down. Food, and rated them. Food, 1. Service, 1. Atmosphere, 1. And then
that's no.
Oh my God. And then posted this miles long screenshot of something from May of last year. Yeah, it's just rambling about the service that they got. It's amazing. Like, you get buy a hot dog for a couple of dollars and then take your time to go through all this.
Yeah, exactly. Idiots.
This is great. 1 star. Hot dogs have me food poisoning. Will never eat at any of their locations again. Used to be legendary food. Capitalized the first letters like that's a title. Unfortunately, not the same anymore. Sad shame that such an iconic place no longer exists. Food just not prepared the way they used to.
Well, I mean, nothing is the way it used to. So,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah,
get used to it.
Welcome to America. America's not like it used to be. It's the world is not like it used to be. Here's another one. I have been a customer of Portillo's for over 40 years. I've been patronizing the Norridge, Illinois locations for 6 months. In the last 3 weeks, I've had problems with 4 different orders. Could I interject here? You're eating at Portillo's too much. That's too. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be going. You shouldn't be going there. You shouldn't have had 4 problems in the last 3 weeks. Like that's.
Well, I mean,
more than once a week.
Well, I mean, also, if you did, then after like maybe 1 problem, okay, give them another chance. But if you have like 2 problems, then it'd be like, all right, fuck this place.
Yeah, why are you still going there?
Yeah. I never.
Most recently, last night, the jumbo dog was not even cooked throughout. In fact, it was, all caps, cold in the middle. I will not be a customer in the future as there are plenty of restaurants in this area. Thanks for the memories. I love people that like have to go out with a bang like this. Like they're like, this is not an airport. You didn't have to announce your departure. Oh man. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of 1-star reviews, 1-star reviews, which I think is unfortunate because it's probably the support. It's like the place where you go to complain. So everyone's bombing this place with bad reviews. I've got to say, I go there maybe once or twice a year. And every time I go there, I get a big messy hot dog and an Italian beef, and they're both just fine.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just like, yeah, I got an Italian beef sandwich and a hot dog. It cost me $12. It's as advertised.
Well, I mean, also the margin of error of somebody fucking up somebody's order that goes there like 4 times in 3 weeks, and then yours is, yours is going to be a lot less. Like,
yeah, you ordered from them 24 times in the last 3 weeks, and 4 of the orders were messed up. Like, okay.
And then you go twice a year. I mean,
yeah, it's fine. I've never had an issue that I can think of. It's just been always the same. It's a big, messy, unhealthy, sloppy hot dog. And if you're in the mood for that, it's just what the doctor ordered. If you like that kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It really depends. Like, I have to be really pissed at a place to like write a review. And I realized the other day, the only reviews I ever write are bad. I never praise anybody. Well, because I don't know why I think like it's going to get anything done. Like the other day we went to one of our favorite restaurants to get brunch, right? Because we never have brunch there. And I shit you not, we walked up to the door and there was a little crumpled piece of paper on the door that said, as of today, like we are discontinuing brunch. And I'm like, are you shitting me? And so we went and we're like, really? So it's not like today's the last day. It was like, I'm like, no, sorry. And it was like, we love the restaurant. So it's like, well, not going to be an asshole. And obviously we're coming back, but then left. And I was like, checked all their socials, everything like that. I'm like, did I miss something? Nothing. And so I'm just like, so I got pissed and I was going to like DM them or something because I didn't want to leave them a bad review. And then I was like, what am I doing? I'm not going to piss these people off. You know what I mean? Because first of all, what is it they're not going to bring back brunch because I complained, number one. And second of all, if I piss them off and they'll know my profile. And if I try to come in for dinner, then they're going to kick me out. And I want to go back.
They're going to look behind the counter. There's going to be a picture of you. This guy
like,
comes in.
It's Matola. Get rid of him.
Make sure to spit in his food. Here's there's actually one 5-star review, and it lets you say the service, the price per person, and everything.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is the person marked as, for restaurant price per person to eat there, this person put $100 plus.
How the hell?
I mean, their hot dogs are like a few bucks. Like if you're like a madman and go there and order 4 hot dogs, it's probably going to cost you $16 with tax.
Oh, maybe they were ordering for their friggin' soccer team or something like that.
Yeah, a soccer team that eats $100 per person. But they gave the food and the service a 5.
Well, maybe
and
they thought that they meant like how much was your order, not per person. Maybe they just because we established Americans are stupid, so.
I do like this, the way this one starts. 1 star. I would give negative stars if possible. People get so mad.
I've written those before.
Oh, and then the next one. If I could, I would give Portillo's no star. Although they have good food for the most part. That's the next sentence. Really? That's no stars? So you had a slightly bad experience. I'm like, their food's pretty good for the most part. 0 stars.
Yeah, remind me not to get on their bad side. Holy shit.
That would be that's like the opposite of that person that was like, one time they gave us a podcast review on Apple Podcasts, and it was like, oh, this is the best podcast. I love it. These guys are great, and I love listening to it. 3 stars. I was like, what?
When that happens, I want to be like, well, wait, what did you deduct the 2 stars for?
Yeah, I know, because all you did, it wasn't even at the end like they were like the typical thing. These guys go on too much and talk about things that aren't Deep Purple. It's like, fine, fair enough. If you don't like it, give us. But they didn't have anything constructive. They were just like, this is great, my favorite podcast. 3 stars. Maybe they're like comparing it to everything in their life. Like,
could be.
Like maybe they're just like a real. Adrenaline junkie, and it's like it's not as good as like skydiving while like having sex while skydiving. That's 5 stars. This show 3. In that case, I'd be like, that's pretty good. Well, anyway,
what would the mechanics be of having sex while you're skydiving?
I wonder if anyone's ever tried it. I would advise against it personally, but.
I'm gonna Google that because if somebody's thought of it, it's been done. Okay, no, well, not pictures of it, just like if somebody's done it. Although actually, pictures of it would be interesting too. Yeah, we'd kind of need proof because it would be very easy to go online. Oh yeah, I had sex while I was skydiving once. It was awesome. It was so cool. The chute didn't open. Hurry. We gotta get our jollies in before we splatter all over
there's a lot of pressure, right? Like you have to get up there pretty high.
Yeah, well, that's a new meaning of the Mile High Club.
Yeah, it just seems like there'd be too much on your mind to stay focused. Just constantly looking, looking at the ground, It's getting awfully close.
We're like 2 miles from the ground. Stop! Somebody might see us.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden they're all very, oh my goodness, I'm so offended.
What would you do if you were doing that, and all of a sudden, say you pulled your pants down to your ankles, and then all of a sudden they just flew off, and then you're like, well, shit, now I'm gonna land pantsless.
This guy just lands with his dong out.
Well,
and sometimes they land kind of hard. You know?
I bet.
Oh my goodness. So walked into that one. Well,
oh shit.
On that note, this took an unusual tour, but yeah, I've had that one kind of bookmarked for a while because, and I never had any real reason to read from it. But I was just going through these one night, just cracking up because it's just I don't know. I love when people have bad experiences and complain about them. It's just so fun because you know we've all been there and been really upset about the service you've gotten, but it's like you're going to like a fast food place, like a legit fast food place, maybe like a slight step up from a McDonald's, but you know, there's sit down there, there's no table service. You just go to a counter, you get your food. It's good food. It's not expensive. And it's just funny that people, you know, you guys are complaining about your hot dog that you got wasn't you get like 80 of these hot dogs a month and one of them was a little off, so now you're just going to blow up their Google reviews.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's some people, they don't realize how ridiculous they sound. There was a video, I don't know if it was a viral or not, but it's one that I'd seen a couple of times of this woman who was at a Burger King or something like that, and I don't know, she misgendered the employee behind the counter. She said, "Well, thank you, sir," and I think it was like it was a woman behind the counter, and so they're just like, well, yeah, and, you know, they got mad at him and everything. They're just like, well, I call you what I see. And but she had this very like affluent type of voice, and so they got the manager. She's like, yes, I've been a patron of Burger King for many years, and you know, so she's going on, right? And then she goes, and then so when I tried to use my coupon, and it's like, oh Jesus Christ. I don't even know how stupid you sound. First of all, you're acting all like you sound like all hoity-toity, and you're talking about fucking Burger King.
I have patronized your establishment for a number of years.
And
I spend hundreds of dollars here a month, and I will not be treated this way.
Well, exactly. You know, and it sounded like, you know, fucking, you know, somebody like all like, you know, with the really the pompous voice and everything like that. And then first of all, you're talking about like patronizing Burger King for many years, and then you're talking about slapping down your coupon, you know, and then you think that you're special, right? It's like, get out of here. It's like, it's
also like, I don't really I go to McDonald's now for the kids because but there's like nothing is ever different. Like there's never anything to complain about. The like sometimes the milkshake machine's broken. That's about it. But like the food is always the same. Like it's designed to be that way. They never get anything wrong. I'm actually astonished when I go there because I'm like, you know, it's like, how do they even know this is the right car? Like, how do they know? Like, how they always have it right. I've never like, oh, I'm never missing anything. There's never anything wrong with it. Like I think that the success rate for how they crank out food at those places is pretty astonishing. But
yeah.
But anyway, so we started with the food podcast and we ended with the food podcast. That's a little food podcast sandwich for you.
And now this makes this not a shorter episode.
If you take out the 30 minutes of rambling about food, it's probably about average. All right. Yep. Well, thank you, everybody. That was a fun little jaunt. And if anybody's got any other similar little TV spots or anything by Deep Purple, we'd done when they were on MTV, when Roger Glover was on MTV years ago. We did an episode on that. That was fun. But I like little things like this. So if you got any others, let us know. We'll put them in the queue.
Yes.
But until next week, have a great one. Enjoy. And be careful while skydiving.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening. If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.